Tonight, a story that you will only see here on ABC 57 News at 6, a tragedy that sent ripples of shock and grief throughout our entire community.
A 2-year-old shot to death in a front yard in broad daylight. Tonight, that boy's mother is speaking out for the very first time about living in fear and carrying that heartache.
Plus, another life taken way too soon, while a lack of sidewalks in Silver Lake may have played a role in the death of a 4-year-old little boy.
And right now, more showers and storms popping up, even a severe thunderstorm just south of our area. In fact, south of Winnemac, over towards Logansport right now. We're going to track that severe weather, talk about what you can expect for the rest of the evening just ahead. ABC 57 News at 6 starts now.
Covering South Bend, Elkhart, and all of Michiana, this is ABC 57 News at 6.
I was holding my son as he was dying. That's the one thing I can't get out of my head. Can't get that last image.
It is a tragedy that no parent ever wants to experience or even imagine. But for one mother, she wakes up every day without her son because of street violence in South Bend. And tonight, she is pleading for justice and praying for peace. New at 6 and only on ABC 57 News. For the very first time, we are hearing from the mom of 2-year-old John Swivlin Jr. Baby John was shot and killed while playing outside in front of his aunt's home in April. Good evening, I'm Brian Dorman.
And I'm Kim Chappell. Now his mother sat down exclusively with ABC 57's Rachel Brown for what she says will be her first and her final interview about her son's murder. Rachel.
Kim, that's right. You will see this was an extremely emotional interview as Ashley opened up to me for the first time about her son's murder. April 9th, 2014. Many remember it as one of the first warm days of the year.
That day was the first day that I let my son go outside and play.
But for Ashley Kinder, April 9th is the day she lost her baby, John Jr., to gun violence, all while he played outside in a South Bend front yard.
I went out there, checked on him, and about 4 minutes later, my daughter runs inside, hysterically screaming, my brother, and I ran immediately outside, and he was just laying there. So I picked him up. That's the one thing I can't get out of my head. I can't get that last image out.
At first there was confusion, unsure why her son had suddenly collapsed.
I picked him up and I kept asking Lex, what happened? And there was a man that was pulling up at the time, so I was thinking that the man had hit him, like my son wandered to the street.
Then, as Ashley held on to her son, she felt the blood dripping from his small body onto her hands.
I pulled his shirt up and I seen this big hole and I lost it. I started screaming until the ambulance got there, and I tried helping him breathe, and he was slowly turning white, and I was trying to keep him awake and trying to keep his eyes open.
That's when she knew her 2-year-old baby boy had just been shot.
I was holding my son as he was dying.
Baby John was rushed to the hospital but died in surgery.
I knew what happened. I knew that he was gone.
After investigating, police determined that a bullet shot right here at this park traveled more than a block before striking baby John in the chest. Police charged 8 people in connection to his death, but Ashley says it doesn't bring her peace.
Them being locked up isn't really bringing me to peace, because it's not like they came up to my son and shot him intentionally. I mean, it was an act of stupidity. They weren't using their heads. They were being careless, and because of their carelessness, my son's life was taken, and it's kind of messed up.
Baby John is now the second child Ashley has had to bury. Before John Jr., she gave birth to a daughter that died from a virus less than 2 weeks after being born. She says now she lives in fear, trying to keep her 2 children safe.
I'm afraid to drive in a vehicle with my kids. I'm afraid to let them leave. I'm afraid to let them play outside. I'm afraid to walk anywhere with them.
But she says with each day she gets stronger. And as she smiles looking through pictures of baby John, she feels comfort in knowing his short life made a difference to so many.
Well, I had several people come to me and tell me that they are completely different with their children now. That they try to take as many pictures and they try to do as much stuff. And they try not to get mad at them. Yeah, it felt really good to know that my son impacted so many people.
And Baby John certainly did make an impact right here in the community. Now a petition is going around to get this park renamed after him. More on that story tonight at 10 and 11. Reporting live in South Bend on Campo Street, Rachel Brown, ABC 57 News.
All right.